Humans in the future had no right to cough. They had to cover their mouths all the time. If they made even the smallest sound, it would bring deadly danger. Just a few days earlier, a group of terrifying monsters had invaded New York. Their hearing was very sharp, and once they found a person, there was no chance of survival. Like the other survivors, Sam stayed alive by keeping quiet, but sadly she had a serious illness and needed medicine to ease her pain. With no other choice, Eric took her out to look for medicine. It didn't take long before the monsters heard them. As more and more monsters rushed toward them, they quickly ran onto the street. In a desperate moment, Eric smashed a car window, and the car alarm drew the monsters away. Taking the chance, they escaped into the subway, but when they were only halfway down the escalator, a scary clicking sound came from behind. They slowed at once, afraid the steps would attract the monsters, but when they reached the bottom, they saw there were monsters there too. Sam signaled to head to the other side, and they walked carefully, avoiding anything on the ground. They finally made it to the exit, but suddenly a monster dropped from above. It was clear it had heard their noise. As the monster moved closer, they slowly stepped back into a side tunnel, but the exit had already been blocked, so the only choice was to hide in the drain. They had no idea how deep the water was, but when their feet touched the bottom, they finally felt a bit of relief. They thought the end might lead to another exit, but as they kept walking, Sam suddenly heard a noise above. She raised her flashlight, and to her shock saw a monster sleeping up there. She quickly lowered Eric's flashlight, worried the light might wake it. Luckily, the sound of the water covered their movement, and they passed without being noticed. But when the water grew deeper, Eric began to panic, looking like he was about to lose control. Sam told him to calm down, but his breathing ended up waking the monster above. It stretched out its head, trying to find where the sound came from. With Sam's constant comfort, Eric finally calmed down, but a single breath gave them away, and the monster charged at them. The two had no time to think and swam as fast as they could. Luckily, the tunnel ahead was full of water, and the chasing monster couldn't stop in time. It plunged in, splashed a couple of times, and died. The two had narrowly escaped with their lives. When they climbed out of the exit, they saw it was right under a church, but once they were safe for the moment, Sam's condition grew worse, and she even threw up from the pain. Feeling sorry for her, Eric went out alone to look for pain medicine. Luckily, by moving carefully, he avoided the monsters on the way. He not only found the medicine, but also came across Sam's lost cat. Eric quickly took the cat and started heading back, but the cat suddenly ran into a construction site. With no choice, he had to follow it inside. Just as he spotted the cat, a monster appeared behind him, and he didn't dare make a sound. Seeing that the cat's place looked safe, he quietly climbed up to it. The next moment, the monster found something to eat and began calling its friends, and soon sounds came from all around. Luckily, Eric had already climbed to a hot spot, or he would have been surrounded. While the monsters were busy eating, he quickly moved toward the cat, but in the next moment,